Florida Governor DeSantis alleged last week that a Fed-made digital U.S. dollar would let government block transactions like buying a rifle or filling up with too much gas.
Jeez.
He added, speaking at a Pennsylvania conference on Saturday, they are going to try to impose an ESG agenda, referring to the private sector policy aimed at advancing environmental and social and governance principles, which conservative lawmakers across the country have been pushing to curb. It is ceding the power of our financial freedom to a central bank, which does not have our interests at heart. The Republican governor who has been widely floated as a potential primary rival to President Trump, has introduced legislation in Florida seeking to ban the use of any Fed-issued digital currency in the state and has called on other states to do the same. The Fed is re-adying its FedNow initiative, which aims to shorten the time it takes for banks to send funds to other banks for a planned July rollout. Separately, it has also been exploring the possibility of issuing a digital version of the dollar that households could readily use instead of cash. The central bank issue currency would be used in digital wallets offered by the private sector, including by consumer leaders. Now, Powell said, "We haven't decided that this is something that the financial system in the country would want or need, so that's going to be very important." That's what Powell said, okay? And then DeSantis' comments came within days of remarks of anti-vaccine activist Robert F. Kennedy, they have to put it that way, who tweeted Wednesday that a Fed-issued currency would allow the government to surveil all our private affairs, financial affairs, enforce dollar limits on our transactions, restricting where you can send money, freeze your assets, or limit your spending, or approved vendors if you fail to comply with arbitrary vaccine mandates. Like, it's another one of that. Tom, when you see this, what do you think about this?
Well, I think about the danger it poses to the nation's strippers, because
Not where I saw Tom going.
if it's digital and it's on your phone, some guy's going to go in to a strip club, said, "I'm going to make it rain in here," and he's going to be throwing his phone, and she could get hurt. No, what I think here, I think there's some truth to it, that if the issue is, it's not just a digital dollar, it's all the tracking. Now, on one hand, they say, well, now then people can't cheat on taxes and this and this and this. And I think that there's, the whole concept, first of all, what they're talking about up above in that digital systems that are all, aligned, we have to take a look and step back and look at convenience. For instance, does anybody remember when you had to look at the back of your ATM card, maybe when you were 18 years old, and the symbol had to be at an ATM that was on the back of your card? Do you remember that? Oh, is this, you're at a 7-Eleven Plus system? Oh, I'm Plus system with my Wells Fargo card. I can get money here. Yeah. Well, now it's completely ubiquitous. You can go to any ATM and get money with your card. That's how the banking system got it together, so it made it convenient for people to go get money wherever they want to get money. So part of this is we're going to make it easy for the banks to work with each other and instantly transfer overnight. That's not a bad thing. Pay your car loan because it'll be with a bank. Pay your credit card. It's with a bank. That part is good. And then the ATM part of that I just described, which is true history, that is a good, helpful thing moving it forward. What people are worried about is if the government, through a digital currency, also has the ability to digitally track everything. And when you see what happened to, you may not like it, but you see what happened to Andrew Tate, who had his Stripe turned off because Stripe was told, turn him off.
Wow.
And they turned him off as part of a canceling effort. The danger is you can have canceling efforts, which has never happened except for Stripe, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, people getting canceled everywhere. You can't have a canceling effect out there. That part makes me very worried.
And this, Pat, mind you, this we heard this story yesterday. Isn't it just random that the Cash App guy gets stabbed to death and dies in San Francisco?
I don't want to go there. Let's wait until we see the films and everything. And
yeah, but I'm just saying, it's very weird though, isn't it? Like, Cash, and then
I hope it's not deep like that. It's a horrible tragedy.
100%.
And I don't hope to see one thing or another, but it appears to be a random mugging killing, and I hope it's not something deep like that.
Me neither, but it's just random.
Just to be clear, we are talking about central bank digital currencies, right? Yeah. CBDCs. And I think that the biggest concern that people have with this is more government control. And now it's control, not over your life, just now they're controlling your money.
It's over.
And whether it's like, your taxes, whether you didn't pay a parking ticket. They can freeze your assets. Oh, you didn't get vaccinated? Well, so we're gonna take your wages, garnish your wages. You didn't
turn
do
your money off. We're
going to
Twitter
turn
off.
you off. So we were talking yesterday about the Patriot Act and government surveillance, and now this new thing that just been rolled out less than a month ago that Charlie Kirk was talking about, the Restrict Act. And we're also seeing what's happening with the biggest concern with the banking right now is the nationalization of banks. It's like, oh, no, certain banks can't fail now, too big to fail. This nationalization of money now with these central bank digital currencies, I think is a way bigger concern than people understand. This is not Bitcoin. This is not, just, hey, your money can't be tracked. It's decentralized currency. No, this is centralized currency.
This is Big Brother coin.
This is Big Brother coin, exactly. So I think this is a big concern. My fear is that they're going to market it in a way that it's like, it's going to make life easier.
Of course.
Pay your taxes online. Do everything online. This is some Big Brother shit. This is what happens in China. Because in China, don't they have something called a social credit score?
Yes.
Isn't that something? I don't know, Rob, you can pull that up. Oh, you said something about she? You go to jail now. Like, you don't do anything that the government doesn't want you to do. It's jail time. So here, China's social credit
turn
system.
you in if you're pregnant with a third child.
This is Russia.
Can you read that, Adam?
Yeah. So China's social credit system gives individuals, businesses, and government entities a credit score based on their trustworthiness. A bad credit score will have penalties like reduced access to credit and fewer business opportunities.
Wow.
And lumps
How
on
do
your
you
head.
measure?
Yeah.
And by the way,
social
the
trustworthiness?
establishment in America loves seeing how China has such control over its people. That's their hero, to see, hey, how can we have more control over our people so none of them can come and push back with what we have to say and what our agenda is. Anyways, it's obviously a idea that a lot of people are concerned about. And it makes sense why you ought to be concerned about something like this. Let free market do it, because you can always have a choice to go somewhere else. If they do it, they can control you in ways free market cannot.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.